Tonight we'll be talking about Silver Linings Playbook, the movie by David O. Russell, which is about Pat, who's been released from a mental hospital and goes home to live with his parents while trying to reconnect with his wife.
Yeah, and he has bipolar disorder, which I don't have.
You sure? I thought the movie was very good, enjoyable. Not the most realistic depiction of mental illness, perhaps, but very enjoyable.
The movie is very much a crowd pleaser, which is not necessarily a negative thing.
No, I mean, I think for most people it's probably a positive thing. They try to wrap it up in a nice little package, but for me it ends up feeling forced.
Yeah.
Because, well, without getting too far into, it's hard to
Yeah,
talk
it feels
about.
a little forced, but I think all of that is born from David O. Russell's fear of having a flop, of going,
Right.
He's like, he wants to be making movies for the rest of his life, and he knows that if he is too esoteric or doesn't placate to the masses, that his movies aren't going to be successful enough to keep making movies. De Niro, who is was my favorite actor up until the past 20 friggin' years, where he hasn't tried. So, but I feel like this was the first movie where I was like, oh my god, we saw a little piece of his soul like he used to do all the time.
About De Niro's performance is that he does a good job playing into that character that's living in that box and then coming out of it in little tiny doses, which I think is very admirable.
Overall, it's too Hollywood for me, in the sense that it's just trying to be crowd pleasing and not necessarily hitting the marks. Scenes that I really liked is when there's a lot of people talking. He's doing that, and it reminds me of Amarcord by Fellini, or like Robert Altman movies where there's 5 people talking, and that's a tough thing to do, and I think that he's got skill in that, and he did it a bunch in The Fighter with all the sisters and everybody talking, and that really makes the movie feel alive. And it does. The whole movie feels alive, but as a whole, I don't like it.
For me, the strength of this movie is that it takes a guy with a serious mental illness and doesn't paint him in a one-dimensional way. It's just a person living his life, trying to get better, trying to get back with his wife. It's a story about him not trying to encompass all mental illnesses or people with mental illnesses, which is what people are trying to make it be. Don't do it. Just watch the movie and enjoy it.
Agreed. Or don't enjoy it, but you should watch it once, probably. Just watch it once so you can talk about it and answer Jeopardy questions.
See how handsome Bradley Cooper is.
Yeah.